Artistic Gamer 7, and welcome back to another speed build here on the channel. This one is actually from back before, I actually had, sort of took this long break that I didn't necessarily intend for it to happen the way it did. But, I think it was, November-ish when I built this, and it's actually, in Glimmerbrook, and it's mainly trying to have things for, Realm of Magic, and it was going to be the house where, my people live that I was potentially going to record a series for the Realm of Magic, and I still might do something for Realm of Magic. It probably won't be with these folks because I've already moved them in and they've already sort of been doing a few things because I was just sort of playing myself at this point now, but I might actually eventually do something for the Realm of Magic just because I was more excited to have Magic come to the game. I'm one of the people that actually sort of like some of the occult stuff. I like the fantasy mixing with the realism. To me, it's just something I really like, actually being into The Sims, because you have these realistic elements and then these very non-realistic elements, but it sort of gives a maybe chance that these things could exist type feel to them, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah. Anyway, so it's been a while since I actually built this build, but I actually was editing it very recently, and now I'm, of course, making the voiceover. But as I was doing the editing about a few days ago, I was actually remembering parts of this build, and I actually really, to some degree, I feel like this build was slightly on the simple side compared to, some of the builds I've tried to do. I really like doing bigger builds for some reason, even though once you get inside, you have to, work really hard to scramble and figure out what each room's gonna be and fill up each room, and sometimes I'm really bad at making rooms too big when I do big builds, but at the same time, I sort of like doing bigger builds more. I think it's partially because trying to make the build look interesting on the outside, and also trying to, make it beautiful, and, the exterior, some of the exterior is some of my favorite parts, basically, is what I'm trying to get at, but in all honesty, I still like almost every aspect of building. I used to be at one point where, I didn't want to build my own builds because I thought they always, turned out sort of or terrible, but now I'm actually, even if I know they're not, the best, or, really that great a lot of the times, but I still am proud of them, and I like how they turn out, so it makes me happy to do, my own builds and things like that. But, hopefully other people also like them and enjoy them and want to use them also in their own builds. If you ever do see any of my builds on the channel, including this one, they will be up on my gallery, which is Artistic Gamer 7, of course. So any of those builds are up there. If for some reason you're struggling to find one, feel free to comment on that video of that particular build, or message me over on Twitter and be like, hey, I really liked this build of yours, but I can't find it on your gallery, and I will go to the internet version of the gallery and try to help find the link for you and help you find it easier. Or if for some reason my dumb butt forgot to upload it, I will upload it. I have done that many a times before. So if you ever can't find a build, definitely contact me, because it could be that situation where I just was dumb and forgot to do it. But yeah. Anyway, on references build, I am adding a greenhouse thing right here, just because at the time I hadn't actually played any of the Realm of Magic, but I'd seen bits and pieces, and I knew with potion making, I was I'm pretty sure herbs and plants and things like that is important in potion making, so I definitely wanted them to have this little place so that they can do plants year round instead of having to worry about the seasons. I was still gonna have, I think I actually ended up putting some pots around the outside of it too. Maybe not, I don't remember. Maybe I did that later on in my own little, because I already have moved the Sims into the house, but I was also sort of going with the story that, because a lot of times I do make little stories, and if I know the Sims that are moving in, I sort of add that, incorporate it into the build. But in my head, the girl that moves into this house, there's actually two girls, but the main one is, this used to be her, grandmother's house that was on, her father's side, that was a little bit, she wasn't as familiar with that half of her family as, her mother's side, just because her father's side, I was saying, like, they did have some of that magical element, and the mother would have been like, I sort of want a normal life, and, the father respecting that and loving her as much as he did, they moved away. They sort of stayed away from the magic side of the family and things, so the grandmother left it to her because the grandmother just had this feeling about her. And she invites along her friend, which actually is Estelle, which if you watch the Evie family, Estelle is Evie's daughter from a previous relationship that she sort of messed up on when she left for, like, schooling outside of the whatever sim country she is in. That she messed up, and she was really, really young, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't know. It was a lot to go through, and the father ended up raising Estelle until eventually, well, not until, he still helped raise her, but eventually Evie and Estelle did get to meet as Estelle was a teenager. Estelle is now an adult, well, young adult. And this was a friend of hers that where her and her dad used to live, where Evie met her dad. It was a friend from there, and now that friend has moved closer by and wanted her to come with her and be like, hey, I was given this house by my grandmother. Do you want to live with me? We can start hanging out again. So, they live in this house. I do put a third, 3 bedrooms in this house, just because I was planning on trying to add a third person in, and I had an idea who it was. It was probably going to be Estelle's boyfriend, which is Spencer, oddly enough, which is my little sim self's oldest child, because they were dating and stuff, so I was planning on maybe him slowly moving in, and originally, like, him maybe having that bedroom, of course, with him and Estelle dating, it probably wouldn't have stayed that way very long, but that was one of the plans I was thinking on going with. But there is 3 bedrooms in this house. The 2 that are on, like, the one side, because they're, like, right above each other, and then one that's on the other side that's more of, like, what I was going to be with the master. I will say, with having the more octagon shape in the main parts of the house was sort of a struggle to deal with, but I actually really, really like having slight struggles to deal with, different angles and things to fool with. I will say with the bathrooms, I wish I would have done, like, a better job with the bathrooms. There are 3 bathrooms. One is supposed to be, like, connected to the master bedroom, so it's like the master bath. And the other 2 are for anyone. They're open. They're not connected to a bedroom. They're actually connected to, like, the living room and a hallway. I did want this to sort of have not only the magical feel, but I didn't want the magical feel to sort of overtake everything. I wanted it to be, like, very, very subtle at first, and as I would have, like, played through the whole thing, I was actually thinking about adding a basement to my version and be like, there was this door that just all of a sudden appeared, or, like, they hadn't noticed somehow, and there was, like, bunch of magic stuff in the basement, but I didn't add it on this version, and I actually haven't added it in my version yet, so it is just this. It's not, like, strongly magical, but I'm using a lot of the Realm of Magic stuff, and it is built, obviously, like I said, in Glimmerbrook. It's not a strongly, like, magically type place necessarily, so if you just want to download this and use it for, like, regular, like, playthrough use, and not so much like it's a strictly for witches or spellcasters in the Sims, you definitely could. There's not, like, an overwhelmingly spellcastery vibe to this place at first. It is using a lot of Realm of Magic stuff, but not going strong with it. You could easily use this in other worlds if you really wanted it to, and it not really stick out too much. But I was at least trying to give it sort of that mixed feel of it's cozy and normal with, like, a, like, hint of magic starting to seep through. Like, you could sort of go there if, like, you could sort of think about it, be like, some of these things are a little interesting. But one of my favorite parts is actually where I put the desk. And the desk is actually up under the stairs, and there's, like, a bunch of pots and, like, little flowers and stuff I put under there. I like doing that little feature underneath the stairs, because I didn't want to waste that space. And I know that a lot of times you actually can put stuff under the stairs and the Sims could still get to them depending on which part of the stairs it is. So I was hoping that that spot was high enough. They do use the computer under there. It is perfectly fine. Now, like I said, a lot of the stuff, I did use a lot of the Realm of Magic stuff, but I did use stuff outside of Realm of Magic to, I don't turn off any of my little game packs, expansion packs, or anything like that. So I have access to all of them when making this build. I know not all the packs are in this build. I know there is quite a few of them. But if you don't go to download it off the gallery, you can easily click on the packs and see what items are from that pack and see if it'd be easy for you to replace those particular items with something that you would like to replace it with. I'm not sure which packs there are that off the top of memory without actually going to look through the gallery, but it is mostly Realm of Magic for the most part. I will say, now that we're in the kitchen right now, I did forget a sink. So the version that is uploaded on the gallery, I forgot a sink in the kitchen, and I did not realize that until, like, I had been playing in this house for, like, a few hours probably total time together, and I was like, wait a minute. I don't think this is the normal Sims being weird thing. I think they actually don't have a sink in the kitchen. Oh, yep, I forgot a sink in the kitchen. My bad. So, yeah. There's not a sink in the kitchen, so you may have to add a sink in the kitchen if you would like one of those. If for some reason you don't want a sink in the kitchen, then you don't have to worry about adding a sink in the kitchen, because it's not there. But a lot of the bathrooms are pretty plain, I will say that. I didn't do as much with the bathrooms this time around. Sometimes I forget to, like, really try to decorate the bathrooms up a whole lot, so I will say the bathrooms, if you want them to be a little bit more decorated or give them sort of your own flair for the Sims, that if you download this place, you move them in there, you have freedom to do so, because I don't have much going on in them. Like I said, there are 3 bedrooms in there. You're starting to see the first one now. I don't remember, I may have kept it to that little single bed, because this wasn't supposed to be one of the main bedrooms, even for, like, me playing with it. But you easily can change these bedrooms to fit what you want. If you'd rather it be, like, a study, or you want it to be, like, a magical, like, little area or whatever, because the Sims that you're playing are in the a spellcaster thing, feel free to do so, or, you know, turn it into, like, a toddler's room, a kid's room, whatever. But yeah, there are 3 bedrooms. You can change them into what you want. Right now, they are set up as, like, a master bedroom, another bedroom that, like, someone lives in the house. In this case, it's another female, because she is the friend, and she's got her own, like, big bed. It's not a small bed. And then sort of like the guest bedroom as well. But you can change those into whatever you want if you download this. I did try to decorate at least the upstairs bedrooms a little bit more so than the downstairs one. Again, I try to stick with the Realm of Magic stuff as much as possible. For the most part, it is mainly Realm of Magic stuff, and here I am struggling with the bathroom, just because it's in that, like, shape of the octagon section. It's weird angles to be setting bathrooms and stuff in, so it is a little strange tight fit going on there. But for the most part, we are getting a little closer to the end of the video, so I am gonna start wrapping it up soon, right before the screenshots. The screenshots do show you, like, a still image of the build, so that you don't see me going all crazy around adding stuff in here and there. If you'd like to download this build, it is going to be up on the gallery. It is, I just remembered I did not mention the name of it. Is called Glimmerbrick Home. So if you want to download this, it's going to be up on the gallery. My artistic, what? My origin ID is Artistic Gamer 7. You can go there to download it amongst all of my other builds that I have posted on the channel, and I don't think I have any builds that I've posted that wasn't on the channel, but, you know, you might find a surprise one there. But I don't think I have any posted up there that hasn't been, like, on the channel yet. So, yeah. Anyway, so you can go download those there. I will have the name of the home and my origin ID down in any of my build videos if you ever forget, so you can always just quickly look down in the description without having to rewatch the video all over again if you don't want to sit there and wait until I tell you the name of it or my origin ID, whatever. It will be in the description of all the speed build videos, the name of the build, and my origin ID. Again, if you cannot find it for some reason, definitely feel free to comment down in the comments below and let me know, or message me over on Twitter and be like, hey, I really wanted this build that I seen you build and I wanted to download it, but I cannot find it. Please let me know so I can help you find it and make sure that I actually did upload it. So see if my dumb brain kicked in or not on there. If you would sort of like to see like series that are actually based off the realm of magic, like me actually do it, let me know that down in the comments below as well. If you would like to see an update on where this house is now, because like I said, I might be adding a like spell castery basement to it eventually, so if you would like to see an update on what changes I possibly might make to this build as I sort of play on it in my in it myself. I can't speak today. That's not, no, it's not today, it's every day. Anyway, so yeah, if you would like to see maybe an updated version of this, also let me know down in the comments below. Right now I'm just adding little decorative things, and I still haven't built this one bedroom, but that, I don't think that takes very long. But yeah, this was what would have been Estelle's bedroom, or is Estelle's bedroom, because I do have them moved in there currently. I am still going to try, I keep saying I'm going to try to do builds that are like with only certain packs, because I have a habit of just building with all the packs, because I'm sort of spoiled to building with all the packs, and I'm like, I couldn't imagine not being able to grab like certain items from certain packs. But I do want to try to challenge myself and actually not have access to all the packs and still try to make houses with them. So I do want to try to do that. So if you would like to see that, let me know down in the comments below. And if there's certain packs you would really like me to see to do base game plus that pack only, definitely let me know that down in the comments below. I also have quite a few more builds that I actually was starting on or building before I went onto my break, or even while I was on my break, that I still had the thought of mine to at least try to start recording on it. So there is a lot more builds coming up in different worlds, and I do eventually want to do like some of the lots that are usually not meant to be edited, like the hospital from Get to Work, the scientist thing, and you know, stuff like that. And like even like some of the secret worlds, like what are there, like the alien one, Sixum, and the Pink Forest. I am forgetting all their names for some reason. As soon as I went to speak them, it's like my brain was just like, nah, forget it now. But so yeah, I definitely want to try to do like little builds inside of those, because you can do the enable free build and actually build on those lots. So I want to change them up, because I eventually am going to have like all the worlds be my builds that are inside of them for the most part. The ones that I might keep, I'm still going to edit somewhat, because I think haven't deleted the Goth Mansion off of it and like Vlad's place, but I at least want to go in and maybe edit them towards more, so to make it a little bit more mine. But yeah, I just want sort of that going on. But right now you should be starting to see the screenshots, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this build and this video as well. Again, if you have any questions or you're having a hard time finding the build, definitely let me know. All my social media stuff will be in the description below as well, so you can easily contact me on those. And I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the screenshots. Bye bye!